Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Tuesday, November 6th, 2012. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Mark Mallory. In today's headlines, Ada Delgado talks about Tarleton students covering the election. Baby's parents receive 60 years in prison. Texas Rangers sue co-owner. A man climbs the Chicago Tower with a bionic leg. And Obama is favored to win his re-election bid by his ancestral Kenyan village. Now today's top story. In campus news, Tarleton students are covering the election in Erath County at the courthouse from 7 a.m. until the last vote is counted. To follow the latest election news, tune in to www.texannews.net/live. Good afternoon, Texans. I'm here with Ada Delgado, junior staff member for the Texan News Service. How are you today, Ada?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
I am good. Ada is one of two staff members who is monitoring the Tarleton students as they cover the election all day here in Stephenville. Media writing and broadcasting students have been paired up and assigned to the courthouse polling location in order to cover the voting process and get some of the interviews from the voters. Ada, could you please explain what you will be monitoring and how?
Yes. Basically, Caleb and I, Caleb is one of the other assistant producers. We have been assigned to monitor the post and cover it live. All we do is simply correct the typos. If a picture, audio, or video are put in and they don't work, we'll delete them. Basically, we just make sure that everything that's being posted is accurate and working. That way, the viewers can see what's going on. And this is important so the students can see what's going on, and we'll be monitoring up until 11 or 12, and hopefully we can be one of the first ones to post the results after they're announced.
Okay, sounds good. And in order to follow the coverage, you can go to www.texannews.net/live.
Or you can go to our Facebook page, Texan News Service, or the Twitter, and simply click on the link and it'll take you directly there.
Thank you. In regional news, last Thursday, Justin and Brittany Alston were sentenced to 60 years in prison by the jury in Ralph Watton's 355th Judicial District Court in Hood County, according to the Hood County News. The Alstons were found guilty after a 3-day trial which proved that they knowingly starved and abandoned their son, resulting in 8-month-old Riley Alston weighing only 9 pounds. Once discovered on December 9th, Riley, covered in dried feces, vomit, and urine, was taken to the emergency room where he was examined by an off-duty paramedic, who said that Riley might not survive more than 48 hours if he didn't receive immediate medical attention. Riley, now over 19 months of age, is slowly recovering and remains with Child Protective Services until a final decision is made regarding temporary custody. The Alstons could be eligible for parole at approximately age 51. And now today's Texas, national, and international news from the Associated Press. In state news, in August, Texas, Ranger Baseball Partners and part owner Alan Jacobs sued co-owner Tom Hicks, claiming Hicks fraudulently took $30 million that belonged to the team, believing it was this money that funded Hicks's establishment of the ballpark estate LP, which consists of land, several parking lots, and roads that now generate millions per year on events surrounding the ballpark and Cowboys Stadium. The ballpark estate is worth $51.5 to $75 million. On Friday, Jacobs and the TRBP took Hicks back to the court in Dallas, asking the state judge to compel Hicks to disclose the documentation behind his funding and the capital of his estates. A hearing has been set for Wednesday, November 28th. In national news, Zach Valter became the first man ever to climb the 103rd-story Willis Tower in Chicago wearing a thought-controlled leg. Before climbing the tower, Valter put the bionic leg through a series of tests so that the motors and servos were properly calibrated to Valter's thoughts. Smith, the rehabilitation center's CEO, said that the leg was being tested under extreme conditions, and that the event in Chicago was held just another research project for her and her team. In international news, in Kenya, witch doctor John Demo, who says he is 105 years old, tossed shells, bones, and other items into a bowl to determine who will win the presidential election of the United States. After throwing the objects, Demo pointed to a white shell and says that President Obama is very far ahead and he will win the election. Demo's prediction bodes well with Obama's late father's hometown of Kogelo in western Kenya, where expectations are highly in favor of the president's re-election. Whether or not Demo's predictions will hold true will depend on the results of the election later Tuesday evening. In sports, the New Orleans Saints and Philadelphia Eagles faced off Monday night on football. Both teams' defenses have been struggling, but the last night, the New Orleans Saints showed up big, sacking Michael Vick 7 times. The Eagles' defense continued its struggles, allowing Drew Brees to advance his streak to 51 games in a row with a touchdown pass. The Saints started out slow but came out with a victory 28-13. This win moves their record to 3-5 and third in the NFC South. The Eagles dropped to 3-5 and are second in the NFC East. Next Monday night will be a matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. And in weather, expect sunny skies today with a high of 77 degrees. Temperatures are expected to drop to a low of 47 degrees tonight. Tomorrow we will see more sunny skies with a high of 77 and a low of 50 degrees. Today's broadcast was produced by Jessica Lee, Erica Calhoun, and Winston Questenberry. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service, and don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of the Texan TV News on Facebook. I'm Mark Mallory. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.